Well, hey ho out there, people. This is part 2 of Conan Exiles' little preliminary guide for the early access, and a few heads up for the developers about how good of a job that they're doing, updating and responding to the problems that the people are finding, and just to show some other people what after I've reread the EULA and run it through FunCom developers, how much of this I can actually show to turn you all on to entice you to try out this magnificent game. Okay, so it is suggested that you take off and find yourself to set up your first camp near water. And so I picked this spot because I found this cleft in the rocks here that I could cower into the first night and be armed against the monsters and protected from sandstorms and such. If you look over there right underneath the health meter and stamina bar, see where it says shelter? Notice how it's showing it's lighter around the bottom. See that? Okay, go right here. See it totally? Goes all white, which showing I'm within walls and I'm protected ceiling. So cowered the first night, went and started gathering resources and put in a foundation, which I won't spoil that for you. You get to learn how to do that when you start playing the game. But set up my campfire there. It didn't quite set up exactly where I wanted it to. I needed to position these foundations just a little differently so that I could actually get that fire in the campfire right in the cleft. But built the roof on this, which is all part of as you're leveling up, you learn how to craft different items. Look at the hair on his legs. He's got freckles too. Oh my God. But the smoke actually rises up. It goes out through that little spot right there. Now, since part 1, and I was running back over here to, trying to get back over here to my camp, my little area where I built my abode, which I'll be showing you probably in part 3. Actually, I'm going to go through this part 2 and show you the different items that you start out crafting to assist you with surviving in this magnificent world. But first you get ability to build foundation, walls, and a doorway and a door. It unlocks real soon, so that went ahead and made this little room. Now I wasn't protected up above till I progressed a little further and was able to learn the recipe to create this really cool looking thatched roof system. This is something that's part of the game. I don't know if all other survival games are like this, but as you build with this particular stone right now, the first stuff you can build, you can utilize the existing cliff faces and stuff like that, and rocks. Well, not the harvestable rocks, but to act as support for your buildings, which I think is cool as shit. Because later on, I'll show you can actually use the rock faces and stuff to assist you in your building, so that you don't have to go harvest as much stuff to build something. Okay, here's a quick heads up. You need a campfire as soon as possible because that allows you to cook. You got your crafting queue over here as the plant fiber you make twine with, which you need for something. You gather wood. Wood burns. Also, you need wood to be able to create your buildings. You need lots of stone. You're going to spend most of your time picking up stone. So, see there, it's cooking. Oops, I forgot to put these away. Oh yeah, this is second day. So I've made it back over to my abode and put the second level armor that have the ability to craft already. So I'm a little stronger in case we get attacked while I'm talking. Second item is start out with the ability to build this fiber bedroll. Okay, that's your respawn indicator. If you die and don't have one of these set up where you want to be, where you want to respawn at after you've died, you go all the way back to the beginning. So very early on you learn a recipe how to craft this. Don't forget that if you ever die, to make yourself another one of these and hit E on it again, and so that it recognizes that that's where you want to respawn back in at. Otherwise, you all the way back to the beginning. Okay, like I said, this is the next morning, and I got attacked. Well, I got first. I was the last time I talked to you. I had to go find a place to go cower in another spot in the rocks where I was sheltered, and wait out the night because you don't really want to be running around even with the torch lit when you're lower levels, because you're not strong enough. You're gonna get attacked. So cowered throughout the night, and then also sandstorm hit during the middle of the night, which I weathered through. And all this time, I'm gaining the experience. You see how it's blinking right now? I'm going to show you what you do about that in a second. But then also got the next morning, as soon as I started to leave my little spot there that I weathered out the night, it got attacked by quite a few creatures, which I won't spoil that for you. I'll let you discover what happens and everything. But you get more points for killing creatures than you do for crafting and just living. So I actually leveled up. So what the hell? We'll show this now. You press R or I, get into your inventory. Click up here for the level up. And notice I've got all these at 6s, and this particular at level 21, this one I just unlocked, gives you 5 points still, I guess it is, because I had one left over before. So you see the costs right here. I'm just doing all of them the same. And you click in the costs there. I like just clicking them all the same, but yeah, in my opinion, survival and being able to carry and grit, I haven't really figured out what this is. Grit to me is determination, whatever, but I'm just keeping these all level and starting from the bottom and going up every time. Learning recipes, like I said, these are the recipes I've already unlocked. I won't spoil all these for you, but we'll talk about a few of them. So the green ones are what you've already unlocked and know how to build, craft. And then the yellow ones here is ones that you actually have enough points to do next. Now I'm just going up the list on this particular reroll of a character, just so it's easy. So it tells me I've got 5 points available, and to unlock the Warhammer, the Iron Warhammer, which is something that I can craft. It tells you that you need to already have unlocked the Journeyman's Craftsman and the Brute 3 to be able to, and it tells me costs 3, and I have 5 available, so I can craft that. Okay, you notice how these blink to red? That means that I don't have enough points at this time to be able to unlock the red ones. See, they cost 3, and I only have 2 available. I want this iron broadsword, but I'm not ready yet. The bed shaper allows you to build a bed, and it's a better, it's another save your respawn point. So I know I need bracketed torches. They cost 2. I have 2 available, so I have to jump past on this particular one. And so we'll unlock the ability to craft that. Now notice all of them up above here have turned red, which means I don't have enough points available to be able to unlock those yet. So I'll save the crafting of actual higher level stuff. Not sure if I'm going to spoil those for you, but in this particular video we'll go through kind of in order. I can't really remember the order right now for some reason, of stuff you're able to unlock and craft to help you with your survival. And here is a heads up, as soon as you can and get the ability to start building yourself wooden boxes so that you have places to store the stuff you gather. Very important. I won't go through all of these over here, that's a spoiler, but there's a reason why you want to be keeping this. I'll talk about this stuff here. This is my going on the road. Well, this is just, I don't know where else to put stuff box. And these are the journals and stuff you pick up as you're going through the game, and it gives you part of the lore of the game and of the Conan series that Mr. Robert E. Howard wrote so many years ago, and all that magnificent stuff he did. Okay, so we'll head outside, close the door, to the next item that you're able to build, which is extremely important, is the armor's bench. And then it starts out with by the time you start building your first building, you have ability to craft this wooden targe, which is better than just the sticks for a shield that you early on you're able to craft, but your left arm, left hand equipment. And then as you update a little bit further, this is the particular armor I'm wearing right now, which is the level 2. And then I've gotten up to where I can now make an iron targe. I want to say something about this. This is a little weird to me. This is to the developers, the devs. This is a little weird to me that you can create this particular wooden targe, and but it says right here you need wooden planks reinforced with iron, but you're able to build it before you have the knowledge and have unlocked iron. So maybe there should be another shield that is better than just the branches, but before you get It requires iron because you don't have the ability to craft it yet. Now, just real quick, I also have the ability, or I've crafted the first turbine, which is part of your stuff, and I'm not wearing it right now because vanity mode. Oops, do that different. There we go. That's something else I noticed. When you're pointing at, looking at something, when you go into vanity mode, that little box stays open right there, and it kind of blocks your view. So I'll go into vanity. That's what he looks like wearing it, and I prefer the way he looks like without it. So I'm not wearing it at this time. Now, when I go out exploring and harvesting, harvesting by killing beasts, of course I'm going to wear it then. But anyway, couple more items here, and then we'll do a cut till the next morning, because it turned night on me, but that kind of helps out, because here's something else to the devs. Okay, next thing to the devs. I have the ability to create these candles now, but this is something I've noticed. And see how they're still showing light, but there's really no flame there. I've noticed this happens all the time. Don't know if you guys are gonna pay attention to this or fix this, but every time you close out the game, exit the game, and then come back to it, your lights are out. Now, of course, all it takes is going back to them, highlighting on it, and you can relight them, but it seems kind of weird that you have to do that every time. Also, seeing how we're talking about it, and we're over here in the armors area. Here's another little wonky that I hope they fix real quick, or soon, or it's on the list, put it that way, that every time you respawn and you have arrows that you've already crafted, went and gathered material for and took the time to craft, yada yada yada, every time I've spawned back in after reloaded the game back in after I've shut it off for whatever reason, gone to sleep, whatever, you lose all your arrows. So please fix that. Alright, we'll be back in a couple of minutes after it's daylight, and we'll continue on with part 2.